Guys, just whilst you're waiting for the stream to start, I thought I'd, because we're probably going to be getting some bits and bobs in order, but starting the stream so that people can start to filter in and accumulate in a sort of almost a kind of lobby waiting area. I thought to keep you entertained and informed, I would provide you with a recipe for authentic nita kibe, which is a clarified Ethiopian spiced butter, which is sort of a linchpin of many Ethiopian dishes. I'm a big fan of Ethiopian food. I've been cooking it a bit, and this is the recipe that I've used previously to make the nita kibe prior to cooking dishes. It's from a website called The Daring Gourmet, and it is tagged as being authentic nita kibe. It's by a woman called Kimberly, who shares delicious originals, revitalized classics, and authentic dishes from around the world. Come travel the world through your taste buds, she says. So there's a couple of ingredients for this that you might find difficult to get hold of. They are besabella, which is also known as Ethiopian sacred basil, and there is kosseret, which is in the verbena family of plants and likewise has a very unique flavour, apparently. There are no adequate substitutes for either. If you can find them, use about a tablespoon of each. If you can't, simply omit them. So I haven't been able to find these ingredients around where I live, and having made the recipe without them, it is still pretty damn good. So let's get started. What you'll need for this butter to make 2 cups worth of it is, and I apologise, these are all imperial measurements, at least I think they're imperial measurements. Basically it's tablespoons and teaspoons. 1 pound unsalted butter, cubed. 1/4 cup chopped yellow onion. 3 tablespoons minced fresh garlic. 2 tablespoons minced fresh ginger. 1 2-inch cinnamon stick. 1 teaspoon whole black peppercorns. 3 black cardamom pods. And Kimberly is very keen to stress that you do not want the green variety of cardamom pod. 3 whole cloves. 1 teaspoon fenugreek seeds. 1 teaspoon coriander seeds. 1 teaspoon dried oregano. Half teaspoon cumin seeds. Quarter teaspoon ground nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon ground turmeric. And then if you can get them, 1 tablespoon each of besabella and kosseret. Now on to the instructions. Number 1. Toast the whole spices over medium heat in a dry skillet for a few minutes until very fragrant. Be careful not to scorch the spices or they will become bitter. Set aside. 2. Place all the ingredients in a medium saucepan and bring it to an extremely low simmer. Continue to simmer over low for at least 1 hour or up to 90 minutes. Be very careful not to burn the butter. If it burns, it will be bitter and there is no salvaging it. Step 3. Pour everything through a fine mesh cheesecloth. No need to skim off the foam, everything will be removed during straining. Pour the nita kibe into a jar, let it cool and cover so that it is airtight. It will keep at room temperature for several weeks. in the fridge for at least a couple of months, and even longer in the freezer. It'll be hard in the fridge and freezer. Let it come to room temperature for easy scooping. Makes about 2 cups. In terms of the nutrition, this will a serving of 2 teaspoons will consist of 67 kilocalories, 12 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of protein, 12 milligrams of sodium, 140 milligrams of potassium, 3 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, 5.9 milligrams of vitamin C, 66 milligrams of calcium, and 2.5 milligrams of iron. For more information, such as sort of bit of chatter about the nature of the butter and the ingredients, do check out thedaringgourmet.com. I've got recipes for authentic injera, which is a sort of sour fermented bread, which I'm making at the moment, so I'll let you know how that goes, and for messier wat, which is a sort of Ethiopian red lentil dish, which is one of my favourite dishes. So hopefully we're ready to do the stream now. It's been about 6 minutes of ingredients and process for making the clarified butter now. So I would hope that the stream is now ready to start. Bonne chance.
Hey, what's going on, coin freaks? What's up, penny skeptics? I hope you're keeping it real and tight on a Thursday evening. Oh, okay. We got a audible Sam Silent Andy. That's the way we like it on this show. This was one of the requests that I had for returning as a resident boffin. I can keep the momentum up if you like, Andy. What's your...
There we go, I believe. Hello, coin fans. Hello, friends. Just redoing, I believe, the previous intro that I had. Hello, lovely to have you with us. I invited Sam to introduce himself, but obviously he heard that. And you didn't. He then introduced himself, so you heard his introduction. You then heard him pause because I had spotted the comments noting that I had no sound. Can you confirm for me that that issue has been resolved?
That was a great recap of everything that's happened in the last minute.
All good now. That's brilliant. I'm really happy with that. After last week, I'm looking exceptionally fresh this evening. Thank you very much. I washed my hair. I think that could well be it. I'm actually feeling very hungover. Well, possibly not very by now, but this morning it was certainly in very territory. So after last week figuring out chat commands, we have some chat commands this week. Obviously, Keir Starmer wasn't able to make it last week, and we have rescinded the invitation to come on the stream. Keir Starmer is no longer welcome. This is a no Keir zone. We have some other chat commands, however, which are listed down the bottom. Most exciting amongst these, as far as I'm concerned, is the count. Instead of coin cam, because I've been through all of my coins, really, that I've got that are of any interest, we're having the count this week. I've got this little sort of thing that a bouncer would use to count the number of people coming into a club. And I thought that, given that this is a stream about coins and money and like numbers, and generally if you're accruing money, the numbers which signify the amount of money you have are going up. So I thought that given that you're all coin fans, you'd probably also be fans of a number getting higher. So if anyone wants to activate the count, just press !count, and that should switch us over to the count, at which point the number will rise with input from me. The other chat commands that we have over to the
Count.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Proof is in the pudding.
It'd be
Cat's
good.
out the bag.
Yeah, hopefully I can figure out a way to sort of balance it so that the number is visible. But at present,
I think at this early stage we can just remember.
yeah. So there we are. The count has risen to 1. The other commands are slightly more specific. If you see a coin that you love, you can press !love, and that will trigger some approval. We also have hate, which is similar, and goblin, if you want to welcome a friendly goblin to the stream, albeit briefly. So Sam, tell us about your week.
Yeah, it's been a pretty exciting week, all in all, for me. I've just been here, kind of checking in on coin news, reading up about coin facts. I've been polishing, some of my more precious collection of coins.
Wonderful.
Getting a little bit of polish on there, a little bit of vinegar, and soaking up some of that grime and dirt.
Yep.
Making them fresh as the day they were minted.
That's wonderful. We love fresh coins here on the stream. What are you drinking today?
Well, today I actually go to sort of a payday for me. I got paid. I'm sort of getting paid tomorrow, but I'm so excited. I've preemptively spent it all.
Lovely.
And so I thought I'd splash out. So I've got one of these Beavertown neck
oil. Wow.
Which fans of Hackney will probably be aware of, or if you like going to bougie pubs.
Yeah.
You probably would have seen a neck oil in the fridge.
Probably have been charged a good £6 for one of those.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. So I bought this in a shop, supermarket, newsagents, not a chain, just your run-of-the-mill local man. He's behind a counter there. He's got some crisps. Maybe there's some chocolate bars beneath the cash register there. Some free hand sanitizer if you're feeling brave.
Bit of handy.
To squirt on before or after completing a cash payment if you're asked for your PIN. And you just get this straight out of the fridge next to the Coke cans, next to the San Pellegrinos and, tropical Fantas. And it cost... Do you want to have a little guess?
I think we should have a little guess. So it's a run-of-the-mill shop. You've described that much.
Canterbury News. For any newsagent heads out there.
I'm going to say £2.69.
Yeah, it's not actually far off. I think it was something more like £2.49.
Wow, that's a bargain.
Yeah, I can't actually remember. And then I was going to get like 3 of those, but I thought actually then I just have 3 small cans.
Yeah.
So that was crap.
Yeah.
I got two Becks.
2 Becks. Lovely.
Beckses.
A real workhorse lager there.
Oh well, Bex is already apostrophized, so
Yeah.
I guess you would I don't know how you would pluralize that because
No.
it belongs to, as you can see there, it actually belongs to Beck.
Yeah, I want to see which Beck it belongs to.
Well, what are the options? We've got Beck, the musician.
Yep.
And is Jeff Beck? Is that a man, or am I thinking?
Jeff Beck is a man. Jeff Beck was in the Yardbirds, I think, and something else, possibly in Cream. No, that's Clapton.
Okay.
Was he? No, he wasn't. I'm sorry, I'm lying.
The Yardbirds did go on to be in another guitar-based
Yeah.
band who had another big guitar hit, and I
I can't
I
remember.
want to say it's one of those like Cliff Richard era. You know when Cliff Richard was in all the bands? Wasn't
Yeah.
he in, like,
The
50,
Shadows and...
the Shadows and all the and the Cliff Richard solo career, of course, which we all remember and love.
Yeah, of course we do. This is an extremely limited article, to be honest, for Bex. So it's from Bremen.
Okay.
It was in 2001 when Interbrew agreed to buy Brauerei Beck for 1.8 billion euros. At the time, it was the fourth largest brewer in Germany. One of the key people is Luder Rutenberg. I don't know what he does.
Well, he brews ales, and it looks like he owns some football things.
Harker Beck. The Beck's Brewery beer, Harker Beck, sponsors Bundesliga club Werder Bremen, of course, being from Bremen. The answer is Heinrich Beck. Josie H has tired of our pussyfooting around the issue.
Okay.
And
we're actively investigating it.
We are actively investigating it, but my next port of call on this Beck's Brewery Wikipedia page would have been the Beck's Art Label campaign, which would have, muddied the waters further, I think.
That.
Gilbert and George.
Yeah, Gilbert and George. Do you not remember that? That was big.
I think I do.
I think that was when the world really became aware of, and by the world I mean me in Birmingham, became aware of Beck's. And I got to say, for a while, obviously Beck's for me was associated with the trash beer, the joke beer.
Yeah.
When you're a 16-year-old and you don't realise what non-alcoholic is.
Oh, right. You've got a blue.
This and you think, oh, this was good. Beck's Blue. They let me get that. That was
Vile.
crazy. Oh, you've been tricked. It's 0.5%, so now you've got to drink 20 of them to get even a slight buzz off it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were ever that kind of kid, buying like...
I never accidentally bought non-alcoholic beers, I don't think. Well, I didn't as a kid. I did buy one non-alcoholic beer by accident on my birthday last year. I went to the Broccoli Spa near my friend Kate's house, where she'd made us a sort of mock pub outside. And I went to re-up on beers, and I went to the spa, and they had lots of exciting looking beers that I hadn't seen before, lots of sort of Russian, Lithuanian beers and that sort of thing. And I bought one, and the guy was like, "Are you sure?" And I went, "Yes," because I was, by this point, steaming. And I got it back to the mock pub, and it was non-alcoholic, which was very disappointing, but it was perfectly drinkable.
For him as well, because obviously he knew, and why not just go that extra hog in the conversation and say, "Are you sure it's non-alcoholic?" rather than just saying, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, I don't. He, was practicing a degree of due diligence, but not quite.
Hello.
Oh, the goblin! There's the goblin appeared. I don't know.
We'll have to look out for him.
I heard him. I heard the goblin, but. I didn't see it.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's very exciting.
That was fun. I'd forgotten the sound that I'd made for him sounded like. He is a very sneaky goblin. So there's a cooldown period on the goblin, but someone will be able to trigger the goblin again in about a minute. I am drinking Kirin Ichiban. I can't remember whether I was drinking a Kirin last week as well, but they've started selling that in the shop, and it's a tasty drop. Hello to Ed, by the way. It's lovely to have you. Lovely to have you here with us. So now we know who. Thanks to Josie, who Beck, who the titular Beck of Beck's Brewery is. It is Heinrich Beck.
Of course. Yeah, it would have been wild to have put the musician in there. He's had a very varied career.
Yeah.
Lots of ups and downs and sort of side windy. I wouldn't want him. I love him.
No, but also it would be a real throw of the dice, doing it some probably 100 years before the birth of Beck. Just going, I've got a hunch. In 100 years-ish, a musician will be born into a family of Scientologists, and I just have a feeling that he's going to be, if not big enough, then approaching big enough to have a brewery named after him.
It's not that out there. If you were going to choose a name, it's not super weird, is it?
No.
It's not like it's like 15 O's.
No, it's not. You're right. But who?
I do wonder, maybe one day there will be someone called 15 O's.
15 O's. 15 O's. Sounds like a...
15 O's. It's a good name, actually.
Strangely named cereal.
Yeah.
Just have a bowl of 15 O's.
15 O's Nicoresti or 15 O's Barr. I'm just wondering if, either of us had a kid, because probably if anyone was going to do it, it'd have to be one of us would have to now shoulder the burden and name a child 15 O's.
Well, Ed's recently had a kid. He might feel like having another. If you've got a taste for it now, Ed, there's a name for you for free.
I mean, don't do it just because of the name. Don't do it on our account at all. But if one is happening,
15 O's apparently is now on the list, so that's good. Oh, that reminds Josie H of the. Do you remember this? The horse, the racehorse. It's called Pot, and then 8 O's.
Oh,
Pot 8 O.
Good. That's real?
It's a real. Yeah, it's a real. Let's just bring it up if we can.
I'm always trying to remember the name of racehorses because it's one of those great things that would really endear you to people in pub situations, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pot 8
It's
O's.
old as well. It's an old horse.
Yeah, it's from.
Before they had crayons.
Would you believe it? It was born 100 years before the founding of Beck's Brewery.
Ah, okay, cool. So
wow.
We're getting into sort of special numbers.
Wow. Yeah.
That underpin the universe. Magic.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's.
I love this
proof of an intelligence beyond our own, potentially.
So, that's the problem. Sorry, Ed just indicated that he loves this coin. I think because it wasn't adequately expressed in the chat commands section of the screen that the love and hate commands relate specifically to sightings of coins. So the sound clips for those are sort of specific to coins. But it's good that you expressed some love for it. That's really nice. First horse in value, Haller, suggests Josie.
If people love it as a coin, I think it's fine.
Yeah, love has been expressed for.
I got to look at the value on that. Look at all those zeros. What is that? If that's like, hold on, let me do a little bit of quick maths for you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's nearly $1 billion.
Yeah. Well, fucking hell. I think if we can just get a quick V going in the chat for Value Haller, if we wish to induct potatoes into Value Haller, I will go ahead and do so. If
we should probably check him out. Check out the Wikipedia page. Make sure there's no controversies section.
Yeah. Make sure he's not
see something
not
about
racist.
Stud career that maybe it's worth checking.
Ed suggests designing a coin for potatoes. How would you feel about that?
Yeah. I'll crack it.
You'll crack it. Because, I mean, we've already, to be fair, seen the calibre of my efforts. One bar there.
Yes. That was the better one, wasn't it?
That was the superior of the two efforts so far. So, yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm not fucked.
I love this coin.
Well,
Pissing myself loves that coin. Thank you very much. That's very nice. I don't know if the picture came up again, but it's really annoying that. At least you can trigger a voice clip. That's something. Let's see if we can save an image of potatoes.
Tell you what, you can't get any high-res images of him.
Can you not?
Also, check this out. He's a member of the 27 Club.
Is he? Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
he's 27. So people go on about, oh, Amy Winehouse, oh, Kurt Cobain, oh, Jimi Hendrix, oh, Jim Morrison, oh, I don't know, Avril Lavigne. Let's next time that we say, oh, the 27 Club, let's remember potatoes as well.
Yeah. Well,
pour one out for him.
I would say that one of the first steps that we are able to take right now toward building a lasting memory of potatoes is inducting him into Valhalla. So I am prepared to do that. I'm doing it at this very moment. More than happy.
Coin of him first.
Huh? Oh, you're going to make a coin of him first?
Yeah, if I can find a good picture. I've got to say, there's not many. Yeah, it's hard to find a good picture of it. I might just go with a horse.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that that is not viewed as being disrespectful by the chat. But anyway.
Yeah, I'll look up what type of horse he was. Big horse, little horse.
He was chestnut coloured. Ed has provided us with a full link full of coins which depict horses.
Oh, yeah. This would probably be better than me trying to make a horse coin live on stream, which would... Look at that! Go to prison! Look at that one! Canadian Mint. Get that up.
This one?
Prison. What is that?
What the fuck, man?
Whoa.
I don't have Pinterest. Do you like that?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a wacky shape.
It is a wacky shape. It is very much a wacky shape. I don't know whether it's a shape that has special significance in relation to horses, or either is a shape which has special significance to a horse. So I don't know whether perhaps a horse, on looking at that coin, would feel particularly moved or feel represented in some way. I don't know.
Yeah.
My worry...
Yeah, you crack it.
Here is that if we were to put one of these coins in Valhalla, that could be mistaken as approval for the coin, as believing the coin is worthy of inclusion. Whereas I think if maybe we should design...
Yeah, I mean, some of these are nice.
Yeah. We have Baldy with us. Hello, Baldy. Welcome on board. Baldy, as ever, introduces themselves by saying Stevenage and says, love the shades. Thank you very much. These were got for me by good friend Ben Target, who found them lying around and gifted them to me, which is very kind of him. Josie H notes that the Royal Canadian Mint 2014 Year of the Horse Gold coin has got 8 sides, or 8 little nodules.
An octagon.
That's one of the stranger ways that I've heard that word pronounced.
That's how you say it.
Yeah, and that could be appropriate for potato, perhaps.
Well, we could write on it. I don't mind writing on it, just to we could then remember.
Yeah.
And also happy to. I mean, I suspect that this is probably a Chinese coin, but happy to bring in a little bit of expertise from my Japanese and say that is the kanji for horse.
Yep.
Right there.
That seems some fairly foolproof reasoning there.
Yeah.
This one with a little
probably the same in
shadow beneath it.
Yeah.
That I think that's quite a sweet looking little horse as well. I like that.
The horse on the coin?
Yes.
Yeah, so okay, well let me grab that coin. So what was that coin? The coin was called the Canadian Horse coin.
Royal Canadian Mint, $15, 2014 Lunar Lotus Year of the Horse.
I'm not putting all that
Okay, that's fine.
Holy shit! I mean, Canada's obsessed with this. There's a lot of horse coins.
Oh,
going
good
on.
lord! Oh, check the off of that. No, that's
that's
the
a
on.
nice
That's
off.
the on, isn't it? Because it's got the value.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's the on and the off. So
Yeah.
this is a crazy coin because they have, and this is pretty. You don't see this very often with coins. They have bumped the value onto the queen side, which you would not often see. Often you want to separate monarch from value because you don't want to be seen to implying that the queen in any way is associated with $15, which is a lot for a coin.
Yeah.
If I had a $15 coin, I'd feel like Big Joe.
Billy Big Balls.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
the queen, to think of her as somehow saying, "Oh, $15,"
Yeah.
doesn't vibe with what she's about, really.
No.
If you're fans of the crown, if you love the crown or love the royals as much as I do, you'll know that she would never say stuff like that. It's not in her character.
No. It's a bit sort of brash for her, really, isn't it? Ed says that looks like Gary Oldman in Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now, I mean, I'm not far be it from me to suggest that would be an appropriate time to head back over to the Count. That is not for me to say, but if anyone were to trigger that.
And it's all to play for at the moment because, of course, we would be doubling our profits.
We would. Yes, there we are. We've headed over to the Count.
So we will never see that increase again.
Yeah.
We'll never see a 100% increase in our lifetime.
No, that's crazy, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost worth never doing again.
But after I spent so much time.
Well, yeah, but it's all just like diminishing returns from here on out, isn't
But
it?
the number is going up.
Yeah, but it's going to go up incrementally less.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah,
a point where it's going to be increasing by such a minuscule amount.
No, but just imagine, if you will, when we get to 9,998. It's the knowledge that
it's a 4-digit count, is it?
it's a 4-digit count.
Oh my lord.
I
Okay. Why would you ever? What? Because you're right. I think you mentioned earlier that you would only ever really see a bouncer with this.
I don't know. I can't remember how I came into it. To be honest, I probably nicked it from a club or a bar or something. If we're being real.
That's quite a large number.
Yeah.
I suppose you could have more than 999 people in a club. But
You
I've
could.
certainly never been to such a place.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing an entirely separate stream, where I just basically have a similar setup to this, and just keep clicking it until we get to the highest number. I probably will still do that.
You wouldn't want me treading all over that.
Oh no, it would be a solo effort, but I'm pretty excited about that. How's this horse coin going then?
I got a bit distracted. There's lots of, I got to say, I've seen a lot of like yin yang horse themed coins, which is just confusing me a little bit. And they all seem to be Canadian, which is making me even more puzzled.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what is going on. Like, it seems like Canada just went really big for the year of the horse.
Well, oh fuck yeah, they did. Well, that looks like it's 6 separate Year of the Horse coins minted in 2014, which does seem like a bit of overkill, really. Well,
Let's
yes,
hope it was the
yeah,
year of the horse.
yeah. Imagine if they fucked it.
Ugh, took too long.
Yeah. Wow. What?
What's your favourite?
Ranging from 1/2 ounce up to 1 kilogram in size.
Yeah, you can't be a kilogram in size. can
No. That'd be awful. An annual tribute to Canada's multiculturalism is renewed with a treasure trove of coins featuring the Chinese lunar calendar's Year of the Horse, whose symbolism of life, liberty and happiness, as well as physical and mental agility, will be widely celebrated in Canada in 2014, states a coin news release from the Royal Canadian Mint.
That's nice. Get it all out the way in 1 year.
Yeah. Other creatures. I wonder if they rolled out the same sort of red carpet for the Year of the Rat. I think we're going to have a little look for Year of the Rat coins.
Let's. We can find out what year's got the best. What year of the Chinese zodiac has the best coin? I'd be interested to know.
So last year was Year of the Rat. Apparently, 2020.
Oh, yeah, fair fucks. It's getting a look in, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And that, let me say, I like that.
I love this coin.
And somebody else loves this coin as well. I don't know if that related to this one or not, but pissing myself loved that coin.
You got to be quick with those chat commands, haven't you?
Yeah.
If you want to express yourself on this channel.
Yeah, I did see the picture that time. It comes up somewhere in random on the screen, and I did see it that time. So I'm pleased to know that that's working. It's good, isn't it? Such a happy rat. I'm a big fan of that. I think it's nice. An Australian.
Again, I've got to say that's, to me, it's not a rat. It doesn't look like a rat at all.
Well, I'd say look at its tail. I think the tail is the clue there. That it's a rat.
Well,
and
I mean, I'm no.
Other than that, the text that says "Year of the Rat."
Well, no, it's clear, obviously,
Yeah.
what they want it to be. But I think it's a bit of a cop out. I don't think you would see a rat. The front of it, like I say, I'm no, rat freak or whatever. I don't know everything about rats, but it looks more like a shrew.
Well, I don't necessarily. I think it's got the sort of muzzle of a rat. It's sort of bulkier because if you look at a shrew, there, a shrew actually has a very sort of pointy little face.
Oh yeah, look more like a vole.
I think we're going to encounter a pretty similar thing here. Oh no, fair enough.
Oh, so sorry, I retract. So I meant vole, not shrew.
You meant vole, okay.
Like I say, I'm not like a
But
rodent.
I think you're doing it down there. I think that's a more ratty mouth than it is shrewy.
Yeah, I mean I've had rats and I've never seen them smile.
Well, do you know you've heard of the hyrax?
The
hyrax.
rats.
Hyrax.
Hyrax. No,
It's a little thing which looks like it's smiling almost. I mean, obviously it doesn't there.
Not there. What's happened there then?
I don't know.
The photographer must have been like, "What's wrong with me?" All these other photographers, they've got such a he's gone out and Samuel hates me.
Oh, that's a shame. And it looks pretty narc there as well, actually. That's accosted you around the back of the pub and asked you whether you were looking at its bird.
Yeah, it does a little bit. Yeah.
Have you fucking got something to say to me, mate? Because if you have, fucking go ahead and say it. There you go. Nice little lad.
Okay.
On the Year of the Rat coin, Ed says looks like a character from Redwall. Pissing myself notes that this one has real Tony Blair Christmas card energy. It's just for anyone who's not seen that.
Let's get a little side by side.
It's tremendous that. Well, I've gone off the.
Yeah, just quickly click between. I have to go quicker than that, but
Well,
yeah, I can.
Hello, Josie Russell. Lovely to have you with us, and thank you very much for the glasses compliment. As I mentioned earlier, they are a gift from Ben Target. They're quite old, and the plastic lenses are very scratched. So actually, it does reduce my visibility quite a bit, or rather, my ability to see. I'm probably still perfectly visible, I imagine. We've got a number of chat commands. I'll just explain those for you. Love and hate both relate to coins. So if you see a coin and you feel moved to express your love for it or your disgust at that coin, your disgust, then please use those commands. If you wish to... Disgusting! If you wish to summon the friendly goblin that Sam met last week, then you can summon him with the command goblin. And also, if anyone wants to head over to The Count, a new feature in which a number rises one number at a time, every time that is invoked, then please use that command. We were just looking at Year of the Rat coins. Right, the goblin has been summoned. There he is. He's down the bottom of the screen. Can you see him?
I still can't see it.
He's gone now. He's gone.
I need to talk to that goblin.
Do you want to talk? Do
you
you want to talk to the goblin? Do you want to talk to the goblin? I can call him back if you like.
If he's around, well, I mean, oh, here he is. Yeah. This guy saw me some gold.
Yeah.
Last week, and told me basically to plant it, and it would grow.
Yeah.
And I've put it in. Obviously, I don't have any soil in my garden. Is the problem?
Yeah.
So I just put it in a bit of gravel, sort of in a corner.
Yeah.
But nothing's happened yet.
That's a shame. I wonder. Perhaps the goblin can. I don't know what you're expecting the goblin to do at this point.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I sold it. I sold him all my beans.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure now that you've reported your problem to the goblin, he might be able to, disappear back into the aether and perform some magic of some kind, which might have an effect on the gold. So we'll see.
That was good. That was proper good gold. That.
Yeah. That's nice. I'd quite like to see him in the Christmas card with Tony Blair. I think that's quite a nice juxtaposition there. Anyway.
I don't think he's earned it.
Okay, well, he's off.
I don't think you can just waltz into that kind of a situation. You've got to work hard, haven't you?
Yeah, he's off now anyway. He's gone. Incredibly shaped pupils on this goblin. Yeah, I think he's tweaking, to be honest. That's probably what he does in the aether. Just get absolutely gacked out of his little mind. I don't know.
Not much else to do. Probably paying for it with my bloody beans.
Probably. Not that gold that he foisted on you. We've got a number of...
Good stuff.
Josie Russell asks whether we've shown that horrible coin that they posted on Twitter earlier. No, we haven't. I'll just see if I can bring that up. Now, what's Josie's handle? Yes. This was the coin. Have
let's
a
have a look.
fucking look at that.
Well, that's not a coin, is it?
No.
First up.
It is absolute muck.
What is it? That's a pin badge, surely.
This coin makes me sick. There we go. You've just had the hate. How can we look at the reverse?
Well, how can it have a reverse? Because it's not a coin. For me, if you can't put it into one of those whirly machines at the supermarket.
Yeah.
One of those hypno.
Well, you
tricks.
absolutely can't put this in one of those for certain. There's more pictures. There are more pictures.
Yeah. Also.
Oh.
Do you think it pops out?
Oh God. That is just fucking...
This coin makes me sick.
That's the second instance of this coin makes me sick that we've had there. And absolutely, it does make me feel sick. I imagine it makes the majority of you out there in Coinland feel ill. Ed says if you can't use it to release a shopping trolley, it isn't a coin. I would
That's a great coin. Well,
yeah.
it doesn't apply to all coins because you couldn't use like a 20 pence.
No.
That has to be a pound, and now it has to be one of the new pounds. You can't even get away with using old pounds.
Does it? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and also I would say that you can buy a token. So what we have in our household, we have a little token.
Josie H has provided a wonderful joke, which I think deserves an airing. That coin would only serve to release a shopping trolley from the EU.
Oh,
How do you like that? That is very good.
Good joke.
That is very good. This is... Well, thank you very much, Josie R, for bringing this to our attention. It is absolutely rotten. And I think I would be inclined to put this into the Hall of Bad Money, although... Does it even deserve it?
Benefits being acknowledged as money, because
No.
I just don't see how you can't spend it.
No. I feel...
It's not... We're not yet at the point as a nation where we pay for things with flags.
No, although it seems that the Conservative Party believe that they can buy your votes with flags, and increasingly Keir Starmer's Labour Party. Probably more applies to them, actually. I don't know.
Well, very true. So maybe complete 180 on the position. Maybe it is a currency then.
Maybe. Should we put it in the Hall of Bad Money? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that's. I've always think that that's a chat. That's a chat call, really. It's not for me to say.
Yeah. So, chat, if you feel that this absolute wreck of a coin should go into the Hall of Bad Money, give us an HBM in the chat. If not, feel free to hold your peace. We also have this new coin commemorating space mining. I say commemorating. Speculating about the viability of.
Well, it's an interesting thing. I think it's not really something that we should be celebrating. I think people get very excited about the idea just because it's got space at the front of it.
Yeah.
But space mining is probably, going to be the future once we've depleted this planet. And of course, you look at all the asteroids and comets and exoplanets and all, they're full of the most wondrous resources. But
unobtainium.
Unobtainium, whatever you want, they've probably got it out there. But
in spades. And you'd need a spade. Or something harder, probably, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be out there on your own in the freezing cold vacuum for, possibly your whole life.
Yeah, they appear to have employed robots to do it.
Well, that won't end up being how it works.
Well, there's some sort of foreman here that all appear to be observing. As Josie R points out, it looks more like mining an apple than it is space. That looks like a sort of rotten apple, perhaps with a multicoloured, a bimetallic space worm, perhaps, made of.
Well, we don't know what's out there.
Copper and gold. We absolutely do not. One thing that certainly isn't out there, however, is all of Elon Musk's exploding rockets.
Oh no.
Yeah. So the people of New are envisaging an enormous space station orbiting above some asteroids. There's a sort of Hubble telescope kind of thing over there. We've gone over to the count. We have gone to the count. So, are you ready?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get in the right headspace for this. So, yeah, okay.
There we go.
So that's up. So what are we on now?
What's the count? We're on 3 now.
Okay.
We're on 3. The count is an event. The count is an event.
Hold on.
Huh?
Andy? Sorry, on 3 or after 3?
Hey.
That's an old joke for fans of that joke.
How many fans of that joke would you estimate there are in the world?
I feel like it comes up quite a lot. I'm not really sure. I think it's like specific to a certain like type of person.
Yeah.
You have to, I guess, like be into events that need to be synchronized.
Yep.
And then also have like a wry playfulness about you.
Yeah.
To have made or have encountered that joke.
Do you feel that you have a wry playfulness about you?
I think I've certainly shown potential.
Yep. Wonderful.
I mean, who was, were you the Joker of your school's photo shoot?
No, but I did. I did manage to secrete myself into the Merton College Junior Common Room photograph when I went to visit my friend there. I snuck in. They did a silly one.
Did you say secrete?
I did say secrete.
Funny choice.
It's a choice I made, and I have to live with now. They did a funny one and a serious one, and I stayed out of the funny one, and I got in the serious one. So hopefully I'm still on the wall.
But like, ironically, making that into the funny one.
Joke's on them,
So
innit?
what a whirlwind.
Yeah. Ed wants his space mining done by Bruce Willis, not a bloody robot. That's fair, I think.
Well, I don't think Bruce Willis is gonna, because he's getting on in age, and if you think
Yeah.
about the vast distances people would have to travel, you really are looking at putting babies into pods.
Yeah.
Having them, they're not going to need an education, but you're going to have to sort of keep them, neutronized or whatever the word you want, until they're big enough, and then hopefully they get out there by the time they're 45.
Yeah.
To the, then they could start doing a bit of mining. You would probably have to put some form of life partner in there as well, so that they could then birth the next generation.
How are you gonna ensure that they have sufficient muscles to undertake the mining when they get out there? Because if they're just in kind of some sort of stasis and they're growing older and older, and you can feed them all you like, but that doesn't necessarily promote muscle growth, does it?
You're gonna have to put some barbells in there and just hope they, pick
So
up and get the idea.
You're proposing putting a baby on a big space gym rocket, and just getting them stacked for 40 years until they arrive on a planet and have maybe 5 years worth of mining to do. And if it takes that much time, for them to get out there, then presumably getting the resources back is also, so you're not going to see a return on this, let's be honest, Herculean investment of sending babies into space in gyms for, if you're envisaging it taking 40 years to get there, then that's 80 years until you're seeing a bloody dime back.
It would be hard to sell for sure.
Yeah.
People don't, they hate investing in things they're not going to see an immediate return. I mean, this is going to happen in some sort of apocalyptic scenario where we've got a lot of babies, but not a lot of
things to
resources.
do with them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. We've got a lot of babies. We've got a lot of gym equipment.
The baby boredom crisis has reached a crisis point. We do not know what to keep these babies occupied with. We've tried constructing giant keys and dangling them over the earth on sort of like bungee cords, but that's not keeping them occupied. We're accepting radical solutions. Dr. Sam Nicoresti is here with his proposal, which is to send the babies into space. But the count has been activated. We are in the count. Things are really heading forwards at a pace here. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited for this one. I don't know why, but I've certainly been gripped.
I thought you might be. I thought it would get you. You see that?
Was it a clean click?
It was a clean click.
It looked a little bit like it got stuck there for a second.
No,
I was
sir.
a bit worried.
No, sir. You can just see the head of the 5 peeking above the parapet there. Can't wait for it to fully reveal itself and show the people what it's made of. 2 further lines is my one of them curved, one of them straight. That's my prediction.
Wait, hold on. No, I don't understand. You think a 5 takes 2 extra lines?
I think a 5 is made of 2, like a sort of 1 to 2, and then a curvy one.
Well, a 4's made of 3 lines, and a 5 you only need.
Yeah, but no, I was talking about this line. I said, waiting to show the people what it's made of. I was referring to this line, which is already visible here, as the one line, and then 2 extra lines were the ones that I am assuming will be invoked next time we see the count. However, if I am wrong, Pissing Myself appears to have requested the count again, but obviously I just...
Yeah, let's just settle this. Let's have it out now. Because
Okay.
I think you would just do that line in one go. And also, I think it's probably, if it's a proper digital style count, supposed to replicate the digital count, it will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines for all 5 numbers.
Well, let's fucking find out.
Yeah. So I think that's closer to what I was saying. And it's got an extra fucking little kinky.
Yeah. No, that's more than I was anticipating, really, isn't it? I mean, it's not quite what you said either.
No, but you would want. But yeah, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
To find out.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I sent you the potato coin.
Did you? Where did you send that to?
I sent it to Coin News. Oh no, Coin Facts in the Discord. I couldn't really quite think where it belonged. Coin
Okay,
Facts.
that might be difficult for me too.
Do you want me to email it to you?
Well, I'm just thinking it's gonna get rid of you is the only thing about that.
Well, we wouldn't want that.
No, email it to me if you would. That would be lovely. Well, there certainly has been a lot going on so far. I'm glad that everyone's enjoying the count here. Josie H has crunched. Oh, you're gonna love this bit of wordplay. Has crunched the numbers.
Yeah.
1 has 1 line.
If you're spelling it not
one,
the posh way.
1 or 2 or 3. 2. 2. 3 3 1 2 or 3 2 1.
Well, you could, because a free can go. You can get really crazy. How would you even do a free on a digital clock? You'd have to.
That's going to end up being 1 2 3 4 5 lines, I think, on a digital clock.
If I was doing a free, just trying to think on the top, I've kind of actually drawing a blank on what the number even looks like at the moment. But I would start with like doing a Z, and I would abort it and turn it into a C.
Okay.
And that would become a free for me, I think. Well, I can't remember. Maybe I should draw one.
Well, I think on a sort of the old sort of digital display, you would basically just have an 8 and then kind of bash the sides off. 2 of the sides.
Yes, that is right. You're absolutely right. That is the classic free.
You'd bash them off.
So that would be 1, and then I think
it'd be 5. It'd be 5 lines.
5 segments of a clock.
This is a work in progress, says Josie. Revised number of lines per number 0 to 9. 1 or 2 or 3. 2 or 3. 3 3 1 2 or 3 2 1.
Yeah. It's hard to just hear it when you just hear it.
Yeah, it really is difficult.
Yeah,
difficult to hear.
I would do.
Sorry, let me just foreground you here.
That's what I would do.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's a 3. It's a thick 3.
It's a thick 3.
That 3's got back.
Confidence. You know, the thing is, like, you can tell a lot about someone from the way that they write a 3.
Yes.
And this is.
Would you
like,
care to identify say three of the things that you can say about somebody from the way that they write a 3.
Well, first up, how they write a 3.
Yeah.
Second up, if they can write. And third up, what kind of pen they've got.
Yeah, fair enough. You have outfoxed me there. Have to get up pretty early in the morning to catch you out on that particular issue, or have to get up. Yeah, sometime prior to 8:27.
I get up at 8 a.m. Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to not do that, and now I do it, and I feel like I feel like Bear Grylls or something.
Yeah.
Well, there's no point
Get
to
up.
it. There's no reason for me to get up.
Arc your cock and volley a salvo of piss into your waiting mouth, as Bear Grylls would. A little more morning pick me up.
God, what a wild ride that was.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it through, but there were points there where I thought, maybe this isn't worth saying. But we've come out the other side of it.
What a tunnel of chat.
Tunnel of chat. Well, that's going to be a bloody frame next week, isn't it?
Yeah. Whack that on whenever.
Pissing myself, funny bear turns their own name around and says, "Funny bear pissing himself." It just the synergy here, the way that everything is coming together. The birth of Pot 8 O's being 100 years before the building of. We are heading back over to the Count. Things
What
are
do we think it's
really
gonna be?
hotting up here. I think I've managed to position it. Oh, unfortunately, the action of the thumb rather affects the lighting. Maybe I can see if I can do it with this finger.
Do it with your hand.
No.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm hoping for a clean 6 with a kind of a classic flat top similar to the 5.
No! Absolutely not. That's one curvy motherfucker.
It is quite curvy.
It is quite
Quite a
curvy.
county.
They have not. Ed says beautiful fingernails. Thank you very much. I mean, I have been biting my hands a little bit, so I'm sorry about that. Did try and cover it up, but there we are. Thank you. So that was the latest instalment of The Count. We are up to 6 now, which is absolutely thrilling stuff. So we haven't really got off this new. Josie R asks whether we think that the 9 will look like the 6 upside down.
Yeah, I think so. Save yourself a bit of money there, really, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I reckon that's probably true.
Yeah,
so
to design a whole new, I don't know,
Yeah.
typeface or whatever.
Josie H was just invoking that trip to the Count there prior to heading off for dinner. So thank you very much, Josie, and I hope that you'll be able to join us after you've had dinner. And if you are still with us, please do let us know, if it's not too invasive, what you are having for dinner. It would be lovely to know about that. I had, tell me what you think about this, Sam. I had, before coming on stream, a Dr. Oetker pepperoni special from the shop.
Yeah, you sort of lost me at the pepperoni. I mean, listen, I'm a big fan of Dr. Oetker. I would just go for the fungi or the straight up special.
Yeah,
I don't know about the pepperoni.
I did consider the special, but ultimately the special was under some other pizzas, and it would have required slightly more effort to extract it from the freezer.
It's always worth going that extra step for that Dr. Oetker special. It's the best Dr. Oetker.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Could get.
I did go one extra step, and that was to take a chili, slice it up, and pop it on top for the cooking process. And then I had sort of jalapeno sauce with it. And actually, it ended up being almost a little too hot for what we wanted, for what I wanted.
Yeah, you've definitely got to accessorize a Dr. Urquhart. Like, I get a little bit sick of people saying, oh, you know, freezer pizzas, blah blah blah, you know, trash. Like, it's a base from which you've got to build something. You can't just have a Dr. Urquhart neat.
No.
It'd be like just having a tonic.
Yeah.
Spice it up a little bit.
I'm absolutely with you there. How's Becky doing?
How are you, Becky?
Okay, I'm just gonna. I was calling my friend.
Yes. Should we do an internet test? I'll do a quick internet test. Andy, what do you think the internet beads are going to be
Beads?
at my house?
I thought you said beads. The internet beads. How many internet beads do you think we've got in our little bead purse? I reckon it's probably going to be fine, you know.
Yeah, I reckon so too. We'll just ping at 15. Oh, look at that. Download speeds at crossing the 100, crossing the century here.
That's big.
But upload is what we want to know.
Yeah.
And that's can all, you know, it swings on a dime or whatever the phrase is. Oh wow, we're already up at an 8. We could both use the internet this evening. It's a special day. We've got an 8 megabyte upload speed. So
that's brilliant.
High fives. Yeah. And yeah. Very exciting stuff for everyone.
Maybe that's what the gold that you planted has done for the area. The goblin's gold has improved the internet quality, perhaps.
I would love it if so. I was a bit worried. You know, obviously you don't want to say it, but you know there are scams that do go around and do happen to people in the coin world.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Have you sent me the horse coin? Yes, you have.
I think so. Oh, good.
Yes,
yeah,
you
I
have.
did sort of email it whilst not thinking about it.
Yeah.
I feel worried I sent it to someone else.
No, you did send it to me, and that's great. So we're heading over to Valhalla now. I'm just going to create. Induct potatoes coin into Valhalla. Wow. Have you now let me just enlarge that a little bit. Have you given Potato a spliff?
Yes.
I love this coin.
There we go. We're getting some love on that there. Josie Russell loves this coin.
Obviously, it's pot and an 8
Ah, wonderful.
Yeah,
So
and
there
the
we are.
8 are in a sort of digital green, because I was thinking calling something pot 8 O's is quite a futuristic
Yeah.
thing to do.
So a little bit of background on this for Josie. Josie is asking about the background of this coin. Josie H brought up, because for some nebulous reason relating to a speculative name for a baby, which was 15 O's, Josie H brought up Pot 8 O's, the horse from the past. Born in 1773, Potatoes was a sort of racehorse, and looked like stud. Yep, can't forget his post-racing career of fucking.
It's quite a good career to have like a whole section of your Wikipedia page just devoted to post-career fucking.
Yeah. So
Post racehorse is glue, isn't it?
yeah,
This guy.
yeah. No, this guy was. And then we found, because we wanted to put Potatoes into Valhalla, and obviously he doesn't grace any coins that we could find. So Ed directed us to this horse coins Pinterest, where we found this beautiful coin, the Royal Canadian Mint 2014 Year of the Horse coin, which Sam has obviously amended slightly with a 8 O's and a little marijuana cigarette in the horse's mouth. Josie, I think that the coin does look really pretty nice in and of itself. I think that it has been amended with tact and sensitivity to bring to mind a wonderful horse from history. Hence why it has gone into value. Of course, I understand that, you know, maybe some people might have issues with that, but obviously all coins that are either in the Hall of Bad Money, Value Halla, or Metallurgatory are at any point up for review by any member of the chat community who wishes to argue their case for their removal. Pissing Myself says, nay, sayers.
Yeah, I saw that even at my resolution, which is, you know, I spy that. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's good. That is good. We like that.
Have we lost something from Coin Hell?
What do you think was in Coin Hell?
We lost Monopoly money.
No, it's there.
Oh no, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, I just thought there was more coins that I hated, but
Well, I think there were coins that we hated, which we haven't. Breaking news. Some current currency breaking news. Josie Russell has made their own coin.
whoa! Can we get an update on this, please?
I want to get an update on this. Josie, would you be willing to either tweet the coin at us and let us know that you've done it, or if you would feel more comfortable, then please email it to me at andybarcomedy@gmail.com. Or if you would prefer to keep your coin entirely private, that is your own lookout, and you are well within your rights to do so. Please do let us know which of these options you will be choosing, and we will await the coin with open hearts, minds, and arms, and anything else that we might feel moved to open. A door.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I was thinking like in your body.
Window. Well, I mean,
Control over.
whatever.
Yeah, throw the
Absolutely.
doors open.
Yeah. There's a spider that lives just outside our window, so I'm a little apprehensive about any window opening in case it decides to come in.
That's gross.
Wow. Well, we've seen the potato coin. Thank you very much, Sam, for that. I think it's a very tasteful way to commemorate a wonderful horse. We were also going over the Year of the Rat coins. Led off what? This is a pig. This is an Australian Mint Lunar Year of the Pig.
Yeah, not really buying it.
No,
I mean, it's a pig in a farm. Nothing about it says lunar year zodiac.
No, that
I guess
says.
they've written pig at the bottom there.
What do you think of the font?
I don't know. It's a little basic. You know, I wish I was one of those people that could just identify a font by sight. You know.
Now, how do you feel about that?
I don't really know. It's not something I'm really accustomed to. It's a different artistic style for a coin.
It's got a real sort of
the on or the off.
hobbity ass font at the bottom, which I quite like.
Does it?
Yeah, it's quite difficult.
What's this for? Is this another Australian?
I don't know. Yeah, this is the Australian Perth Mint, and
There
then
she is,
that old rotter turns up there.
Yeah.
Pissing Myself says that they prefer the unfarmed hog, and I would have to agree with you there. I think that's a preferable one. You can get it there. It's obviously been turned in a different way towards the light, so the
Oh yeah, that is Tolkien. That
Yeah.
is a nice. Yeah.
you see why I said it now. And then we have this sow
that's-
nourishing her piglets there.
Yeah, that's nice and utopian. There's some stars and a moon and
And
I
a
don't know
nice.
what else is going on.
Well, there's a little cottage where there is a fire within. And the chimney is spouting out some smoke, and I quite like what I assume is the sort of texturing around all of this. I think that looks like
you
it
could
probably.
really rub that.
Yeah, you could
That's a
rub that.
rubber.
That is a rubber. Speaking of,
That's a rubber.
just of course, we do have a Discord where Sam is compiling our vocabulary of coins. So I think rubber will probably be going in there.
I'll just whack it in now.
Yeah, whack it in now.
So rubber, noun, a coin that one would like to rub.
Oh wow! I'm just going to save Josie's coin, or rather,
Okay, I'm
yeah,
excited.
Josie has tweeted the coin at us, and I've got to say it's a pretty good-looking coin.
Well, I won't look. I'll give my reaction live.
Yeah.
On Twitch for good or for better or for worse.
I'm just trying to save it in a manner which allows its display. I've got to say, it really does put the one bar to shame. Once again, a coin which is just an absolute glutton for shame, showing its showing its hideous face.
Real shame pig.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and I again apologise profusely. I note that Josie has gone for what appears to be a sort of a bimetallic affair. I don't know whether I'm able to bring this up because it's not saving.
Gotta get it saved. PNG, JPEG, TIFF.
Yeah, but are you able to? Josie, if you'd be able to email them to me, I would love to display those. Unless Sam, you are able to
Ridiculous.
somehow get
Well, download it and then email it to you.
Well,
I'm not going to do that.
no.
I want to be surprised. By
Well,
it.
let me tell you. The problem is that it saves us. I think it saves us like a large JPEG or a small JPEG, and not as a normal JPEG. So when I go and try
You've
and
got to fucking listen. Right-click, view image.
have I?
You got to right-click, view image. I'm telling you, you've got to do that. You get on that tweet, right-click, view image, get up, full screen, full size. Then, and actually, worth saying, Josie, Twitter does compress. Twitter and Facebook, all of these means will compress an image. So actually, if you have tweeted, it will be a lower quality image. So much better to email it to us or get on the Discord, of which me and Andy are the only members, because neither of us have told anybody about it. Or how to join it. Because we don't know.
No.
It's called Coins.
It's called Coins. You have called it Coins Stream. I don't know how we can invite anyone to this. I'm just trying to have a look.
So maybe just email the bloody thing, because no one's getting in here. It's just locked up tight.
Or send a server invite link to a friend. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, Sam. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So tell me what you're going to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop it in the chat.
Spice Girls.
Yep. None other.
If I did a reunion tour now, that's probably what they'd do.
Anyway, yes, it is a PNG, but I think it's something to do with the sort of Twitter compression or something means that I am unable to save it as a displayable.
Let me tell you this: Twitter will take a PNG, it will convert it to a JPEG, it will crush it down, it will ruin it for you. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't save your most precious memories to Facebook.
Inspect.
Kids, 'cause you're going to be left with nothing but a handful of pixels at the end of the day, and all your data's been stolen.
I'll tell you what. Let's also put a chat link to Josie's tweet with their coin, because it is a tremendous effort
Nice.
I particularly
Guys,
like the
big news in the coin stream, Andy.
yes.
Josie Russell has joined, so
Ooh,
the
mama!
Discord now has one fresh member, and
That-
that is Josie Russell.
That is absolutely spectacular. That's the kind of thing that
I love this coin.
that was a love for that coin from Pissing Myself, Funny Bear, and I could not agree more. It is a tremendous effort. Josie, would you be able to enlighten us as to what the landmark on the on side of the coin is? It looks like a nice sort of set of hills. One row. Yep.
Are we looking at the coin?
Well, I can't bring it up. I've gone onto the tweet. I'm looking at the tweet on my.
Oh, well, I think we should wait until we can bring it up because I've not seen it still.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I
Well,
don't think it makes any sense to describe a coin,
well, how about you?
but people can't see.
Right, okay. There we are. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
That is.
Oh.
Mm. Is Quae Modica a some sort of Latin thing motto was the motto was the
Latin thing.
word that I was grasping for without ever getting anywhere near. It's the
Well,
Malvern
what's,
Hills. Apparently, it's on the reverse. There you go. How do you feel about that,
Oh.
Sam?
I feel good about it, man. What are you saying, the Malverns?
Yeah.
Yeah, some classy hills right there. You could walk all the way along the edge of them and know where you were. So, big fan.
Yeah, I really
Lovely bimetallic.
lovely bimetallic. I'm a big fan of the way in which the Malverns escape from the pudding into the roughage.
You go with pudding and roughage.
I'm going with pudding and roughage for the time being until until such a time as we have arrived at a consensus. Because I do like.
Quite happy with the dinner and the what was it? I can't remember now. The polo and the jam. I definitely.
You'd like
think
jam
of
and donut, but
the donut and the jam. That was it.
I would feel remiss about not including pudding in there, because I think pudding's just quite a good word, and I think it's also a slightly older and sort of quaint term. I mean, you know, probably not actually older than the word jam, but
Oh, you don't think so? Well, I think it would, because if you think about it, pudding.
yes,
At some point, that's got to have been a verb, so it's going to have gone through a whole transformation. At some point, where originally it was just pud,
yeah,
and then people would start pudding
right.
each other. I don't know what that.
You think that's the etymology of the word pudding, do you?
Yeah, I think
I mean,
it
I'm
probably
not
comes.
I'm not telling you that you're wrong.
No, I mean, as someone who's studied a little bit of the English language over the years, I'd probably say it's good. You know, you got to find out it's Old Norse or something.
Yeah.
What it would have been some sort of thing, which would have been some sort of Nordic bread that they would have put into their mouths.
Yeah.
And then that came over to York, and
There we
then
go.
everyone in York started saying pudding, like that, pudding, and that became, I'm putting it in my mouth now, and that would have become pudding.
Hmm.
That's the etymology.
Middle English. So that was butterless, sausage, small intestine, boudin, black pudding, pudding.
Hold on. Black pudding precedes the word pudding. What? No way.
Uh,
No way is black pudding older than pudding at the origin. Because take a fucking step back and see the big picture, right? How do they get black pudding before they've got the word pudding?
what's
It's impossible.
this is black pudding. What's pudding? I don't know, but this is a black version of it. Sooner or later, we're going to figure out what pudding is, and then we're really going to understand what this is. But until such a time, you just have to like it or lump it. And Yeah, it seems like a fairly even split for people who like and lump black pudding. It's a divisive delicacy.
Yeah. I mean, that is. I don't think I trust this at all.
Yeah.
I think we need to get on how did pudding get its name first up, and then probably check the wiki.
The word pudding comes from the Latin word botulus, which literally means sausage. The French word boudin has the same root.
Okay, yeah, we've seen that explanation.
This accords with that. That is a gorgeous coin. Thank you, Josie.
It's a great coin, and we'll be getting back to the coin in just a minute, but
yeah,
I think we do need to first settle what a pudding is.
There's the guy.
You mean that's Mr. Pudding?
That's Mr. Pudding. You're gonna want to have a look at what I've come up with, lads. Come round here.
Yeah, here you go. Feast your eyes on that. That's black pudding. But I've taken the colour out.
Josie says, I think it's a deviation of the Latin botulus, as B and P and T and D are basically the same phonemes. So that's
Getting a lot of support for the botulus theory.
Yeah.
There.
Well, I mean, we've seen
A lot of people standing botulus.
If you're British and trying to explain the word to a foreigner, the answer is surprisingly difficult. In America, it is a simple answer. So one of the differences that perhaps those sailing on the Mayflower were looking to establish.
We've had enough of this.
We have
Too damn complicated.
far too hard a time explaining the derivation of the word pudding. We envisage a new land in which it's incredibly simple to explain this.
Pudding is basically everything.
We all use pudding to mean dessert or afters, but then there are types of dessert that are true puddings. The true puddings are those that are boiled or steamed.
Oh god, sounds like grandma.
Uh,
you see, some of the true puddings they're boiled and steamed, so eat it up.
The Latin botulus, says Josie, for sausage is the same root as botulism, because it used to be mostly caused by sausages. Wow. That is...
What about a botched job? Is that a sausage job?
We're getting into it now, aren't we?
Botch etymology, here we go.
Unknown origin.
It's all to play for then.
1600, perhaps from the verb, but compare Middle English botch, a boil, a pathological swelling, a tumour, used especially of glandular swellings from the plague, also figuratively a corrupt person, a rotten condition, a hump on a cripple, which is probably from the Northern French. As a noun,
So, yeah.
a bungled or ill-finished part from circa 1600, perhaps from the verb, but yeah. Well, unclear at present. Return to this. The true puddings are those that are boiled or steamed. Christmas puddings, suet puddings, and sponge puddings fit into this category. In fact, anything boiled or steamed in a basin, cloth, or handy piece of intestinal tract is a pudding. Black pudding, white pudding, steak and kidney pudding, peas pudding, and haggis are the ones that immediately spring to mind. So far, so good. Bit of editorialising here.
Hold on. So this is claiming anything that you could boil inside. What did you say? An intestinal tract.
An intestinal tract. A handy piece of an intestinal tract. Cloth, basin.
Sorry, hold on. So the thing that's handy is a piece of intestinal tract, not the cloth or basin.
Well, I think this is the author's own flair
Yeah.
here, really.
This person, and when are they from?
Well, maybe it's this guy, actually. It's his website. However, there is the odd miscellaneous pudding. Yorkshire puddings aren't boiled, they're baked beneath the roast beef in the oven. So, a pudding is any dessert, or the name for the dessert course. Aside from the proper puddings mentioned above, there are some that go under a false name. Bread and butter pudding, sticky toffee pudding, and Eve's pudding are examples of this. Why are these puddings, and say an apple pie, not called an apple pie pudding?
Well, an apple pie is a pudding.
Well, it sounds like
you
it's
can have
not.
an apple pie for pudding,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose I do see his point. I mean, this person is obviously intolerable at dinner parties.
Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have the sticky toffee pretender. The false god. Well, you see.
These cats are rolling up this other cat into a joint.
No, that's not. That's Tom Kitten, whose coin we featured on the show before. Let's see if we can. No idea where he is, but I'll see if I can find him.
That's Tom Kitten getting turned into a joint right there.
Is it? Oh, and Mr. and Mrs. Tiddle Mouse.
Samuel Whiskers and Anna Marie
Yeah, whatever.
stitching Tom Kitten up a treat in the Roly Poly by Beatrix Potter. So, presumably, what the author is implying here is that if they were to boil Tom Kitten in this piece of material, that would make him a pudding.
Yeah, Tom Kitten pudding.
And the author would receive that gladly as something given the correct appellation.
Yeah. Oh, we're certainly learning a lot.
Yeah. The earliest description of the word pudding I could find is in the Bibliotheca Scholastica from 1589. There is no real definition here, but examples of puddings and things associated with them. They all seem to be the kind made by stuffing intestines with various things. There are some interesting terms, though. There was a pudding only eaten at funerals called myrtatum that was flavoured with myrtle berries, and a pudding maker was called a silicernium.
So when you're at a funeral,
Yeah.
someone goes, "Oh, Sophie lost. Do you want any more of this myrtatum for the silicarium?"
The silicarium will bring the morning myrtatum out to the guests shortly for us to consume and feel our way through our grief.
Tom Kitten, boiled alive, with his fucking weird bug eyes.
And oh yeah, he does. I remember seeing him before. Actually, he does look like he's banging, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that
These
is
are great words. I'd love another shot of remembering. So the pudding is called a myrtatum, and a silicarium is the person responsible for bringing it to the funeral.
yes. Josie provides us with some further very interesting and genuinely handy information here, which is that the Oxford English Dictionary website will allow you to look through their detailed etymology search if you sign in with your library card number. Now, I don't have a library card, which is a shortcoming of mine.
I've got a library card.
Well, of course you do. You used to work in a fucking library.
You don't need a card to work in a library.
No, but I'm just saying that you're unlikely to work in a library and not have a library card.
You just need a reference and a DBS check.
Hmm.
I've got both.
Yes. Well, I've got a DBS. It's because I work in a school, so you've got to really, haven't you? Those that are steamed in a basin and for afters, Christmas pudding, jam, roly-poly, spotted dick, Sussex pond pudding. Ever heard of that?
Sussex pond pudding, as in like a pond Thames.
Sussex pond. Like a
Sussex
pond.
pond pudding.
Yeah, sounds bad.
No. What was that steamed in?
Yeah, pond water, probably, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Fucking rank, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like so. It's true. Just British cuisine was absolutely rank.
What, are you putting down the mutton, apple and raisin roly-poly?
I'm saying, yeah,
Sir?
it's like one of the things that drove us to genocide across the planet in search of empire was just some better food to eat.
How dare you disrespect the storied cuisine of this Sceptred Isle.
I mean, you know, look at the, you know, opium wars just for tea.
Dreadful. Dreadful.
Spice trade, all of that sort of stuff.
Gotta say, we haven't been over to the Count for some time or seen the Goblin, but never mind. Pudding Wiktionary. Yep, everything seems to concur with the. Hang on.
Pudding. Pudding.
You can't hear that, Sam.
No.
Pudding.
Oh, the Goblin was summoned. I didn't see where he appeared.
I can see the spelling of it, and I quite like it. Pudding.
Pudding.
Hello. Do you have any more pudding?
That you saying hello there actually sounded fairly similar to what the Goblin says when he appears, which of course you can't hear. But
I can't hear anything that goes
no.
on.
No, well, you know, you can watch the stream back and find out what was going on.
I think, yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well,
Whoops.
Yeah,
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh
What's that?
dear. I've just clicked over to the scene from a previous stream that I didn't know that I'd left. Didn't know that I'd left on OBS. I'm sorry about that. Wow.
What was that about then?
Drill pudding. Well, it's just from a previous derived terms. Drill pudding. Compound of drill, which apparently is jelly, or drillin,
Okay.
to vibrate, to tremble, and pudding. The pudding here has 3 D's in it for some reason. So,
Definitely on the legit website.
yeah, we're on Wiktionary.
Fuck, it doesn't get more legit than this.
No.
So, we've got 3 D's in pudding,
Drill pudding.
and we're being told that drillin is a verb.
Well, but this is
Drill.
it's from Dutch. It's Dutch. Likely borrowed from English drill or French drill. There you go. So this also it has something to do with the mandrill.
Okay, which is like a sort of a jelly-like bird, is it?
No, it's an ape. I think it's a baboon, or is it? No, apes aren't
What?
baboons. Baboons aren't apes.
What am I thinking of?
They're monkeys, aren't they? I'm being a
Mandrake.
mandrill.
Mandrill.
God,
Fuck. I like this guy though.
you like him?
Yeah. Put him on a coin.
I imagine somebody probably has. Let's find out.
Get out. Let's find out.
Yep, looks like
Cameroon.
Cameroon have done this.
Nice one.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Okay. That's good. Look at the texture on that. You could. That's a rubber.
That's a rubber. That's a rubber, all right. Most certainly, most definitely. Look at that. God, he looks fierce, doesn't he? I mean, once again, I'm not keen on.
I love
You don't like
this
the
coin.
ounceage being announced, do you?
I don't like the answers being announced. Josie has indicated their love for this coin, and it's pretty. It is pretty good. I mean, I would prefer if. There we go.
That's quite nice. I like
Republique
the
de
mat, the
Cameroon.
mat jam. What I would call the mat jam. Of
You'd
the
call the mat
donut
jam peace, work, fatherland.
there. Okay.
Republique du Cameroun. 500 franc CFA.
It's an interesting 3 things to pick.
Hmm.
But it feels for me there's a sort of a tension between, well, peace and fatherland. Straight.
Yeah, I
off
mean,
the bat.
fatherland does have some historical issues with it. I'm curious as to what this sort of kind of seemingly rather random line, which makes up the back of the scales of
Could be 2
justice.
lightning bolts
could be.
hitting the scales of justice. to
Is
let
that
you
the
know
shape of Cameroon, the country? I thought it was. I thought Cameroon was differently shaped, but
It doesn't look like the
Josie-
shape of a country at all to me.
Josie says so. So I would probably not disbelieve Josie on this. Well, there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah. Looks like a kangaroo.
Kangaroon?
Kangaroon.
Kangaroon.
That's how you remember it. Wow.
Yeah. It looks like it's got its own sort of whales there. The little
Yeah.
small whales.
That's nice. I wonder if any Welsh people live there.
I imagine that one Welsh person at least lives in Cameroon.
Yeah.
Were you looking this up?
Cameroon demographics. Let's have a look. Well, okay. I mean, it's not. Yeah. So straight off, definitely not. Yeah. So definitely not the dominant ethnic group.
No.
To say that. Well, I don't really understand what I'm looking at here. All kinds of stuff. That doesn't. I'll get back. Let me read a little bit more back to you.
Okay. Josie says, always stood out the shape of Cameroon to them as a kid. I love it. So that's a succinct and overly positive review for the shape of Cameroon.
Not overly positive.
Oh, well, it's pretty positive. I love it.
I guess.
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't mean overly positive. I meant thoroughly, perhaps thoroughly positive would be a better way to have put it. So I apologise for that. So that's a coin with a mandrill on it. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff.
I'll just say right now, I don't really know how to Google the kind of stuff that I'm now tempted to Google. If anyone else wants to find out if there's any Welsh people living in Cameroon, you knock yourselves out. But I'm out of the game.
I did have a little Google for it, and I wasn't getting anywhere.
I really understand it. Yeah. Also, trying to remind myself already what the funeral pudding was called, but it has brought up that the funeral pudding is an EP by one of my favourite bands, Thinking Fellas Union, Local 282. So.
Wow.
Worth checking out if you're a
Funeral pudding. It was called Mutatum. And I think the person who brings it to you, or who makes it, was a Silicerium or something like that. But Mutatum was certainly...
We'll fucking look at it.
Flavoured with myrtle.
Oh yeah, there it is. Mutatum. Like Channing
Mutatum, yeah.
Channing Mutatum. You could serve him at a funeral for sure. He's a dish. That's a good joke.
Wonderful bit there. A sausage seasoned with myrtle berries.
Oh, that's Channing Tatum's dick.
Ooh. Ooh. Getting a little bit... is it me, or did it just get a little bit hot in here? With the mention of Channing Tatum's penis, which Sam was comparing to Mutatum, a sausage seasoned with myrtle berries, which was traditionally served at funerals.
By a Silicerium.
Silicerium, I think, yeah. Wonderful stuff.
Another great tunnel of chat.
Yeah. Wonderful.
The Count.
Superb. Oh, the Count has been activated. The Count has been activated. I'm sorry, I missed that. Pissing myself, Funny Bear has activated the Count. So, without further ado, because I will confess that there have been a fair bit of ado as I brought myself over to the Count, so no more of that. No more where that came from.
Further is happening.
Yes, but after
further ado does in and of itself introduce more ado.
I am about to declare a moratorium on ado now.
Wow. Okay. Is that everything you hoped for?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, we're getting on to a two-line number there, and it's pretty pretty decent. I will confess to being a little put off by the sort of alignment of the zeros there. They seem to not quite be
Well, that's because
all straight.
the internal mechanism that is ratcheting up to spring us into the double digits here and crack a clean 1 is sort of tense.
Crack a clean 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see that. I see that as an explanation. That seems fairly valid. I'll take that.
Cool.
It could
No,
be
it-
bollocks. Could be bollocks.
Certainly, I've got enough to back it up.
But there we are. So that
We'll
was.
have to keep an eye on whether it gets more out of sync the closer we get to 10.
Yeah. Well, you know, we'll just have to wait for our next trip over to the count. And pretty exciting stuff, really. I'm sure you will agree. Crack a clean 1 is what you should have said before you did that first click, says Josie, and is, you know, once again absolutely correct. That would have made more sense in that context.
We should get back to this coin now that we've settled the pudding debate.
What, the Josie Russell coin?
Yeah, well, yeah. I want to know more about it.
Yep. Yes, Josie, do you have anything more to tell us about the coin? I'll see if I can bring it back up on screen. Which, you know...
Learn what the Latin was.
Yes, sir. We did. It was everything in moderation, which is a phrase that Josie's grandpa uses a lot.
Nice.
So there we have it. And yeah, the bimetallic effect on this is lovely. What flowers are those, Josie? Do let us know what they are. Obviously, we've got the little heart down there. What was that? A feature of the Danish krona? Is that borrowed from there?
We have seen some with little, yeah.
Yes, I think it was. I think it was a krona that.
Okay, that's interesting. And it's a really good use of doing this embossed effect. Is actually it's very hard to pull off, very hard to do. So, congrats on that. That's come out really well, and it's a strong. And what is the inner metallic element that's been used as well? I'd be quite interested to know how you got that colour.
Absolutely. I'm just going to do a few things, Sam. Would you like to introduce a coin?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. There we are. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Well, we've got. Hold on. Let me show. We've got the magic money box. It is again. Inside, of course, are many coins that I've collected over the years. All of them 50p's or £2 coins I got into recently. I started getting more successful donations at the end of gigs, so that's where the £2 came into it. And we'll just put a hand in, grab a wrap, and it's a £2, and let's have a look at it. So it's a sort of quattro formaggi, sort of 4/4 pizza style coin here, and you've got a sort of a portcullis and what looks to be a thistle. So I'm going to go straight off and say it's something to do with the bloody Union, and it's from 2007. 1707. So hello, what happened in 1707? It was, of course, it was Scotland, wasn't it? United into one kingdom. So that was, of course, 1707. We finally got the Scots on board. The Welsh conquered long ago. Good riddance. Irish always been under the thumb of the monarchy, and then we got the Scots. And it's been plain sailing ever since. Happy days. Just an island and another island off to the side of happy people who love bloody being unionised together. And that is worth celebrating. So there we go. that's 300 years of what is coming to an end, of being the United Dream.
The United Dream.
Yep, time to wake up, baby. Alarm clock's ringing.
Wonderful term.
Breakfast time. Yep.
Sorry.
The coin's over.
I know the coin's over. You've finished the coin. I want to say a little prematurely here, as I'm still doing what I was doing.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, there's not really much else to say. Well, we'll have a look at the queen. Thick queen? Often a question worth asking. Obviously, this will be from 2017, 2007, so we are looking at an older queen here.
Yeah.
I don't know what era. It'd be interesting to find out how the queen's eras move. If she has, this portrait, for example, when was it repainted? Does she get them redone every 10 years, like the census? Or does she get a fresh pick every two, keep it proper, up to date on how her face is looking?
Yeah.
If we, go back into, well, I mean, for example, here is a 1977 queen. So this is a queen from.
She looks like she's being viewed through the mist. There,
Yeah, well, that's 30 years worth of crap.
Yeah.
I haven't always had this coin. This coin's older than I am.
Is it?
Hold on. Yes. So this coin has been around for oh god, what is it now? 21. So fucking like 47.
That's a long old time. That's older than my brother.
No, hold on. That's not right either.
Oh.
44 years. This coin is 44 years old.
That's younger than my brother. Well, that's younger than one of my brothers, but older than another. So it takes all sorts, really, in the coin world, doesn't it?
Yeah. So do you mean how many pockets?
People who are older than a coin, people who are younger than a coin.
But what's weird is the queen she's on every one.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
there
Amen.
30 years, and then here she is. So it's you can see she's obviously got older, but
She has, yeah.
somehow.
Well,
Sort of.
well, they've probably had more time to sort of scrub her and get a real shine on. She's constantly being polished. There is someone working on the queen at all times to improve the luster of her shine.
Probably now it's nanotech.
Yeah, probably.
Nanobots.
But imagine that
individual cells of skin.
there would be a sort of crisis of national morale and patriotic feeling if the queen were to be seen to be dulling over time. So yes, she is constantly being polished. And
Yeah.
I say thank you to whomsoever is polishing her.
Thank you for keeping our queen shiny.
Josie says that the flowers are fuchsias, which is nice. There they are, also on the on side.
That's good stuff.
Pissing myself believes they have found the answer to how the queen is aged on the coins. Face app.
Oh, you think that this is like secret military technology? MI5 has had it.
Well, the Mint has had it for years. The Royal Mint has had Face app long before smartphones.
Yeah, well, I mean, they would have, wouldn't they? They're not going to debut that technology on Instagram, are they?
No,
crazy.
No. The coin is called the Roux, and it's because the first syllable of Josie's surname, comes from the French for roux. French roux for red hair specifically. So there you go.
Wow. So, Josie Russell.
A lot of good thought has gone into this coin. Wow. Obviously, in contrast to the Barr. However,
I like it more than my coin. I think it rocks.
it really is a truly tremendous effort. The bar, however, is lent a slightly more significance now because I am, of course, making some Ethiopian bread at the weekend. So, you know, there is some sort of causal links between. I was looking up that, then I thought, well, I'll make some injera at the weekend.
Yeah, it does. Sounds like you're just doing a thing to try and raise the profile of your coin.
Well, is it so wrong?
Stunt.
Yeah, like Elon Musk.
Yeah, I think it is wrong, isn't it? I think it is. It's insider trading or
I
something.
think I'm doing a pump and dump on the value of the.
Yeah, there you pump and dump in the bar.
Wow. Well, you know, I mean, I think we probably want to dump it, really, don't we?
No, but pump it first.
Yeah. Maybe if we pump it up and make it bigger and bigger, and that's about as big as I can get it, and then just gone.
Wow.
Bumped and dumped. There we are. Tremendo. I've prepared this.
Oh wow.
It's for when we get stuck again.
It's like we never get stuck.
The tunnel of chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
whoops.
always
Oh,
life to
dear.
it.
Sorry about that.
It's all for charity.
Yeah, it is. We will be giving 1 coin to charity. A charity of your choice, chat. Do let us know where we should be sending our coin. We're going to pop a stamp on it. Chuck it in the post
Stick it
box.
directly on it. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And on the reverse, a post-it note with the address. Hoping against hope that in the mailman's sack, it does not get its post-it note removed, and thus. But I suppose perhaps a down on his luck postal worker finding that coin with a stamp on it in the bottom of his sack, it may just reverse his fortunes in life and find him at a low point and raise him up to a new man.
Now here's an interesting question.
But
for
you're not enjoying my flight of fancy there.
Well, no, I am, but it's given me a sort of a thought.
Right. Okay. Yeah. By all means.
It's not a coin. The offside being a picture of the Queen, in and of itself, a stamp.
Oh, is a coin a stamp? Chat, do your thing, i.e. give us...
That's horrid.
It is disgusting, and I apologise for having said that.
Absolute
Give
wreck.
us your thoughts. Is a stamp... Is a coin a stamp? Is a coin a stamp?
Chat, you know what to do.
Oh, fucking fire up those little commenting fingers.
Yeah, that's it.
Josie Russell, straight out of the gate, a coin is not a stamp. So there you go.
Wow.
That's-
Controversial. That's the chat really doing its thing.
But it does make them wonder if, the thang has been done with ruthless efficiency there, shutting down that particular line of thought, stopping us getting anywhere near the tunnel of chat there. Wonderful stuff. It does make Josie wonder if there's ever been a Tom of Finland coin. There is this fat Finnish Bear 1992 coin.
Yeah. I mean, can we get a close up of this bear's face?
I don't know how close I can actually go here, but
Who's shaved this bear?
it has been shaved, hasn't it?
It feels like they really understood what a bear was until it got to the face. Presumably the Finnish never have before looked a bear directly in the eyes out of fear.
Yeah. I really like this bear. I really like this coin, to be honest. I'm a fan. I am a fan of this. Josie says, minting my self-finished coin. 1 for pissing myself there. Lovely stuff. Big fan of that. And I am in agreement with Josie. I love its face as well. That was 50 penny.
Yeah, that's...
The on side just has a lot of sort of prickles on it.
Oh, that's the on side.
I think that's the on.
Were we not looking at Tom of Finland? What was going
We were
on?
trying to, but we immediately got given this this fat bear coin,
I
which
think it would be a bit of a stretch, wouldn't it?
bit of a stretch, yeah. I think perhaps Tom of Finland 7-print set, mint, uncirculated 1980s.
Mid porn.
I might not be able to bring these up, I think, due to the sort of Twitch terms of service, preventing the display of nipples and, I believe, cocks.
Is that true?
Well, you're certainly not allowed to have nips, and so I would assume that you know, cocks are
Cocks are out.
prohibited.
Well,
Yeah, due to being
Cocks are not out.
yes, cocks are in their hutch. So yes, it looks like there probably are Tom of Finland coins, but Josie, I would ask that you look those up in your own time, because I do not want to get kicked off this platform, because that would be a bit of a bummer, as far as I'm concerned.
Where would people get their coin news?
Exactly. Where would they get their coin news? Reputable websites? Maybe. But they certainly wouldn't come in the same form as this. That would be a different type of news altogether. One largely uncluttered by...
Oh, I forgot to... Oh, the goblin.
Yeah, I made him appear myself.
Nice. I forgot to update earlier, but also pissing myself funny bear joined the Discord. So.
Oh, yes!
Yeah, there's more of us. In there.
Wow. That is absolutely wonderful stuff.
And just to be clear, the Discord is just where we sort of we post everything that we think of talking about. So it's, you know, you could just fucking get, if you just want to read the links.
Yeah, and to be honest, we don't actually usually end up talking about any of them on the stream for the most part.
No, there's a hell of a lot of coin news actually going on.
Completely
right now that we've not
undiscussed content. Oh, says Josie, by the way, I found earlier that the Coke bottle cap coins had other fizzy drink bottle cap coins as well. What are we talking? Are we talking... Well, what are the other ones that are made by Coke?
Fanta,
Sprite.
7-Up.
Is 7-Up or is 7-Up the other
Cocoa
one?
and everything. Cocoa and all that water crap as well. Do you remember that, like, aqua water?
Yeah.
That was coming out of tap. Q water. I don't know what it's millennials.
It is! Wow.
Yeah.
I remember I used to have, when I was a child, I had an old Victor Borger video.
Who's that then?
Victor Borger was a Danish-American comedian
That's
and
like Patrick Stewart's dad.
conductor. He does a little, doesn't he? And I had one of his live videos. This was actually my sort of first introduction to live comedy, was this video of Victor Borger. And he had a routine in that where he talked about the naming of 7-Up. Said that it didn't have something like his grandpa invented it, and it didn't have enough sugar in it. So he called it 1-Up first of all, and then this kind of proceeded until you expect Victor to get to the punchline 7-Up, but he swerves at the last minute and says that his grandfather actually died before completing the drink. If only he knew what it could have been. Something like that. I haven't seen this video in a long time, but I was reminded of it and deemed it worthy of mentioning. Died in Greenwich, Connecticut. I currently live in Greenwich, United Kingdom. The synergy going on here is absolutely mad. Danish, of course. Josie's one of their favourite coins is the Danish kroner.
Yeah,
Beautiful
and
stuff
Patrick
here.
Stewart, in one episode of Next Gen, of course, it turned into a Borg.
Wow, this is, if there were ever the kind of thing to drive you into sort of mental crisis where you believe that actually you are living inside a simulation which is just kind of gently vomiting up details from prior experiences for you as it kind of runs out of things to do. This would be one of those for me.
You think the Matrix is bored?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. I don't think that's a crisis. I think it's definitely worth considering.
I'd prefer not to, I think.
You think what you wouldn't like at the end of your life, and after all of the sort of the pain and the bittersweetness and the love and the loss, wake up and then you're actually in an old arcade and you pull yourself out of the VR headset and they're like, oh wow, you really low on that.
What was that?
It's a couple. I think it's probably a Rick and Morty episode. It's probably happened.
Right. Yeah.
It's like a common. People do like to think. I mean, I do like to think. But obviously, when I die, I'll wake up and realise it was all for nothing. That would be great. But
that's the dream right there. Wow. What an absolutely pointless waste of time.
High score.
You open your eyes, having just woken up from your life, and standing over you is Goblin. Hello, he says. Back
Get back in there.
back to the real world now. We all look like this.
Yeah, that's it. But you don't. You still look like you. And you don't really ever understand.
You're an outcast as a result of that.
Yeah, it could be definitely that, we are all part of some sort of gigantic simulation that has been created to mine some sort of godlike alien Bitcoin.
Yeah. I know.
Sometimes think about that.
You do?
Well, I'm thinking about it right now.
Yeah. I think this definitely counts as sometimes. The Clown Prince of Denmark was one of his nicknames. The Unmelancholy Dane. And the Great Dane. So there you go.
That's a good one. That writes itself, that one. Really doesn't.
The Unmelancholy Dane.
Yeah. You'd be annoyed if you came up with that one and then someone straight in after you with the Great Dane.
The Great Dane was right there, and you completely swerved it and went for something that is both doesn't really make a great deal of sense and is a real mouthful.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't make any sense. Say the Happy Dane or the Funny Dane, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I probably would have spent quite a lot of time trying to work pastry. I'm trying to get that up to some sort of form.
Yeah. Would you?
Yeah. I don't know if I ever would have made it though.
Pastry.
Good stuff. Is there any music that comes chat, or is it just
No. Given that I had to, make it on the fly from digressions today during the stream, I think it's unreasonable to expect me to have managed to make any music for it. But if I remember, I will try and make some music for that. I also need to do some for Metallurgitry and Valhalla as well. To be fair,
It's not got music.
No, they haven't.
Oh, come on.
The Hall of Bad Money has music,
Yeah.
which is a sort of vaguely discordant kind of piano thing with some strings. But Valhalla and Metallurgatory. Well, Valhalla certainly deserves more consideration, I think.
Yeah, I was imagining beneath this some great euphoric sort of synthy strings.
Well, yes, I was imagining that as well. I just haven't got round to actualising it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Do you want a little bit of coin news?
Yeah, if we can have some coin news, and then I think maybe we should think about wrapping up.
Okay.
Well, I mean, only if you do you want me to go over to current currency or the Sam Focus screen?
Probably currency.
Okay, here we are.
Yeah. So something has happened recently in the news. I don't know if you guys caught this, but an auto worker in Georgia, America, has received 91,500 pennies in final wages. Seems to be a story about some sort of nightmare boss.
Wow.
The story goes that an auto repair shop in Georgia has been accused of delivering a severance wage, a final pay wage package, to a disgruntled departing employee by dumping a pile of oil-covered pennies
Wow.
in his driveway for the amount of $915, which would be, of course, 100 pennies.
Fuck. That would be a real pain in the backside. I'm sure you'll agree.
Yeah. I did a bit of research on this, and it does seem, the guy, obviously the boss is a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to pull the story up. It does actually
Yeah.
come with a link to an Instagram video from the employee's wife, where you can actually see what this looks like. And I will say that on top of the pile of pennies has been left is whatever the American equivalent of a P45 is.
Wow.
Addressed with a sort of expletive.
Well, what would I search to find this?
91,500 pennies.
Auto worker employee.
Alright, yeah, it works.
Yeah. Where's the picture? Filmed by his
Filmed girlfriend.
posted on her Instagram account.
And she's actually written the whole story down the side here. BBC just copped it.
Yeah.
So there it is.
Wow.
And there was quite a...
Fuck you, it says.
Yeah, and the guy was... It started quite sad. The story kind of... It starts off by kind of giving the impression that obviously, this guy's not that fucked, but then it becomes apparent that this worker is still, obviously as we all are during this pandemic, desperately in need of every single, paycheck that comes in, and so has been given to trying to clean every single penny individually in his bath.
Good lord.
Yes, and he's concerned because it's hard to get the oil off the. Obviously, he works as a mechanic.
Yeah.
So these mechanics would have had access to a lot of excess oil.
That is absolutely shocking behaviour. The kind of thing that you would have to take to, if you were in the United Kingdom of Britain in the 90s, you would have taken to Watchdog.
Well,
on the television.
They did take it obviously to the American Watchdog.
Yeah.
Probably Hulk Hogan or someone of that caliber.
He is notoriously concerned with justice.
Yeah, or
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter. And it turns out it's not illegal. Whilst it might be a little bit of a dog shit thing to do, it's not, you can legally pay somebody in any sort of denomination of current legal tender.
Wow.
See what you choose.
That. Do you think that now that this story has been highlighted,
Bye.
I mean, whatever you want to say, it's on the. Oh, to really come back from that into the sense.
do you believe that now that this the fucking goblins do you
Yeah, come on, yeah. What do I
Do you believe that now that this story has been highlighted by the national and international press, that there may be some copycat payments? Some shitty bosses have been given ideas by this.
Okay, I understand. Yes. Well, it's not. It's obviously it's not actually the first time this has happened. I can't quite remember the example off the top of my head, but there was definitely a major lawsuit between companies that was settled in pennies. I want to say something maybe to do with the airline industry, maybe something to do with.
Oh, was it like
Richard
fucking Ryanair or something?
Yeah, it feels like well to me it feels like the kind of shit that Richard Branson would
Yeah.
do. You know.
Let's
In his sort of, you know, like final evolved form of Noel Edmonds style British personality.
a look inside the massively awesome life of Richard Branson. Some
Yes,
dudes
holding a woman.
Some dudes have all the fun. Richard Branson's life is better than yours. That's just a fact. Topless models, duh.
Okay. Who is this website?
This is businessinsider.com.
This is insane. That this is,
Fucking hell, yeah.
a job that this person has.
We
Using words.
had no idea just how much better it was until we watched Bloomberg TV's 30-minute Game Changers show on Tuesday night. Nor did we realise he was quite such a business badass, adopting the big risk, big reward attitude. The man created an empire and his net worth of $4 billion from nothing started at the age of 13. He's hung with the Rolling Stones, ballooned unsuccessfully across both oceans, all two of the oceans, and plans
Successfully.
to take a submarine to the bottom of the ocean.
Good, and stay there.
Well, yes, absolutely. Ballooned unsuccessfully. Pissing myself just highlighting again that little phrase there.
It's a stupid phrase. I mean, it's like these people, you know, you see so much of it in the national media. It's just turn into like these quivering piles of gibbering jelly the moment they're confronted with
Drill.
pure drill.
Yeah. That was, of course, the trembling, the sort of.
Jelly. No, I remember well.
Yeah, good. Well done.
Drillin'. They're drillin'.
Drilling. It's a sort of real trilling of the R, I think, on the sound clip which you weren't able to hear.
I can't do it anyway because of my fat tongue.
Is that the problem?
Yeah, I think so. I worked out for myself.
Yeah.
But I think when I was little, like, my tongue grew too quickly.
Hmm.
And,
Well, your boy's growing at a varied rate. Of course, he's a 6-year-old boy, but he has the tongue of a 16-year-old. Real problem.
Fully in there.
Yeah. Not bad for a kid who was so severely dyslexic he could barely read by the age of 8. There he is at the age of 8,
Yeah.
sitting there in his little car.
I think being dyslexic is like, honestly, a fundamental part of becoming this type of person. It's like, this is definitely, like, for baby boomers, it's like undiagnosed ADHD coupled with that, like, sense that's backed up by the, like, economic and cultural climate at the time that you can do anything and achieve anything, with, like, a disregard and aversion to reading numbers or doing spreadsheets or any of that.
Yeah.
Being a big picture person who really believes in themselves.
He is a big picture person.
Big
He's,
picture person. It's that kind of Trump aesthetic of, you know, just give it to me straight.
yeah.
Just give it a straight.
And this actually is the kind of face that he generally makes when he's looking at a big picture. He can't wait to get stuck in to a big picture.
Urinating. Oh, mouth weather phrase.
I think it was cock arced.
Yeah.
Bent upwards, sending a salvo of hot yellow piss into his business mouth. I'm looking at him there. He's not opening his mouth enough. Maybe that's because he's just sent a jet into his, into his face and it's now.
You could have written this article.
Maybe I will now as well. Update it. This is from 2011, so I mean it needs a 10-year revisit. Josie says, I don't know why, but the car having the University of Derby logo on it is making me laugh. I hadn't spotted that.
Yeah, it's like, what have they done? Have they sponsored this stupid, shitty rich man's car?
Yeah, I mean, given how much fucking money this piece of shit's got, I don't think the University of Derby really need to be giving him any more money to get this car working.
Well, that's exactly it. Yeah, what the fuck are they hoping to do? Okay. Oh, do you know what it is actually? Like, getting fucking serious with you here for a second.
Yeah.
Real talk. You know when you get the train, and it has been a long time since any of us have got the fucking train, and you pull into a station like Derby,
Roehampton,
or Nottingham,
home
and it
of.
will say, right on the fucking thing, right there it is. University of. You are in University Town now, son.
But a funny, best one I think. I think it's Cambridge will still say home of Anglia Ruskin when you arrive in Cambridge, which fair fucking play to Anglia Ruskin.
Yeah, I mean, Cambridge, they don't really need it, do they?
No.
They know.
No, they probably think it's uncouth to advertise at the train station.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you want to go down the Tesla dealership. That's where you'll see on those cars. Anyway, my point was maybe they were trying to get a sweep with the man who ran the trains.
Yeah. Somebody suggested, this is really his record company, somebody suggested Slipped Disc Records, the old vinyl disc which kept on slipping. And somebody else laughed. You know, why not Virgin? We're all virgins. Hysterical laughter all round. And I suddenly thought, I am a virgin at business, and I might be a virgin at other things as well. And you know, why not Virgin?
A strange sentence around. Feels like it's really. Do you think he still is a virgin?
Don't know, man.
I feel like the fact you found a place really comfortable, stick to it.
Yeah.
And no judgment if so, but
No, absolutely none. But you know, brand fidelity there. You gotta stay true to it.
it does. Well, yeah. Certainly.
Oh, I've forgotten that he used to do that sort of thing. What an absolutely rotten-looking fuck.
Why not? It's the country that made him.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, when you were a kid, I'm sure you had some sort of idea when you were like, oh, I'll do a business and it will be called Cock. But if you'd been born in the 60s in the right climate, right now, you'd be unsuccessfully flying a balloon across the Atlantic.
Yeah. I had an idea for a business when I was little, which was that I'd buy like a cheat code book, you know, one of those books that used to have all the cheat codes for games in. And I was going to set up a shop with this guy called Chris Oakes in a there was a sort of around the Broadmead Village pond and the park that was kind of associated with it. There was a little sort of quite a thick hedgerow, but some of the bushes had like little holes in, and you could get into these sort of little kind of gaps inside the bushes. And I was going to set up a shop in there and sell cheat codes to the local kids. Obviously, never got off the ground.
Why did it have to be in the bush?
Oh, because that felt like it was a shop. That felt like a premises.
Right. Okay, it was sort of secluded where you could have a counter.
Yeah.
And the whole business was predicated on the idea that you had sole access to the book.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't actually gone to the step of buying it.
Oh, okay.
But I was imagining. Yeah. I was waiting for the sort of kind of startup capital.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, you know, 30 years before, you'd be CEO of books now. That would be you.
Yeah, books.
Absolutely done. All books, you would have branched out, yeah.
I'm the chief executive officer of books.
Yeah, you'd be like a fucking megalomaniacal maniac, but you'd still have that initial hole in the bush.
Yeah. Back when I was a young boy, I set up cunt in a bush. I sold cheap cats.
Yeah, I mean,
we were
I
young
was
back then.
enterprising. I used to tell you what I used to because at our school there was a big inflation going on Coke.
Yeah.
It cost you what, £1.50 a bottle from the canteen. So every Monday I'd go down to the nearest newsagents, buy a multi-pack,
Yeah.
and sell them out my locker at I think it was a quid.
Yeah.
And it was it was like a 75p profit.
Whoa.
I made 200 quid in a week, and then some bullies basically they muscled in.
Yeah.
They got wind of it because obviously the problem is that I was quite telling everybody how much money I was making, which is probably the first rule of business is not to do that.
Man, I've got a real sweet gig going on here. I'm absolutely creaming it.
I was very excited, and before you knew it, kids were coming in. They were selling quavers out of duffel bags, all kinds of stuff. It was really going out, and lockers were getting kicked in.
Well,
I got out of the game.
I've been on the other side of that. Obviously, working in a school. I remember a few years ago there was a big thing in the school that I work at where the kids would go to Asda before school, and they'd bring in their bags would be absolutely ramo with tell you what the kind of the big money maker was bottles of kind of tropical Lucozade, which looks horrid. I've not drunk it because it looks horrid. They'd sell that. They'd have other things. And so there was a big drive amongst the sort of teachers, amongst the year heads, to kind of go round and try and bust these shops up during registration time, get kids to empty out their bags, and that would all get confiscated. And it would all go back to the year head's office. So if during the course of the school day you, as a staff member, heard that one of the year heads that you were friendly with had a big bust, you could nip up and get some confiscated goodies.
I mean, it's such a microcosm of society, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, with you playing the role of the Rozzers here.
Yeah, I accept that we were the pigs in this situation. I do feel bad about that.
Enterprising citizens who are, frankly, doing absolutely fucking nothing wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we're supposed to be a healthy school, so I mean, you can't actually, you need to stop the kids having all that sugar. Because also, they go absolutely off the fucking chain. Once they've had a hit of bloody Lucozade, they're all zaded up to the nines. Then you're gonna have a fucking riot on your hands come lunch break.
But it sounds like you're all on the take as well.
Yeah, but we're able to handle it. Bit of Zadie pep. Just keeps the mind sharp. Whereas for the kids, they've got smaller bodies. They don't know where to put all that energy. It's more compacted. They're pinging around.
That's true.
Any final thoughts?
I can't remember. I feel like it's just been one long unbroken thought from start to finish.
It has been a big thought. I don't know if anyone in the chat feels like invoking another visit from the Goblin, or perhaps calling forth a final visit to the Count. But
what was the final count? What are we on?
We are currently on. You can see that there 7.
So that's good. So the what's it called? What do they say on the news?
Oh, well. Josie has called forth the Count. Well, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm looking for like a pretty impressive 8. I'm thinking it's going to be curved. We're going to be seeing a lot of
the Goblin has also been conjured. Cardboard Children has conjured the Goblin. The first time I believe that the Goblin has visited the Count as well. Could be a union for the ages. We'll see if that develops next week. But anyway, the final the final installment of the Count for this week. Let's fucking see what it is.
Yeah, there we go. It's an 8.
It is an 8. Pretty unsurprising as far as numbers go, and you'll know that's slight sort of camber from the far 0 down does seem to remain. So maybe your theory about it getting wound up prior to flipping over to a 10 is correct. Maybe it's bullshit.
I think we're building some tension here.
Will not know for a little while. Well, maybe probably a week. I would say, because I think that the Count has been successful enough as a feature to merit a return next week.
Yeah, of course. No, well, so we're ending the day up. We're up 8 points at 8.
Yeah.
So the footsie is.
It will keep. We're sending this to the moon. Slowly.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Folding it in half.
That's the sun, mate. We can send this to the sun if we want.
Okay.
Well, obviously, it probably will reach the moon en route to the sun. But there we are. Thank you. Do you have anything to plug finally, Sam?
I was gonna do an In the Garden stream this weekend, but I was too busy, so I'm not gonna do that. No. I haven't got anything to plug actually. Tune in next week.
Yeah, please do tune in next week. I'm still off. I'm off work tomorrow. I might do something tomorrow. I'm planning to do a few more little streams. Obviously, I have completely failed to do that so far this week, despite kind of telling myself and telling other people that I would do that. So similarly, my plugs are pretty much the same as Sam's, which are
Well, maybe now that there's 2 people in the Discord, we have sort of opened the can of worms, and might as well just say, if anyone can figure out how to tell people to join a Discord, you should join it.
Yeah, please do that. The link is further up in the chat, so let me just copy that and paste it again. So if anyone feels like joining the Discord, the link is there again. So that is possible. All that remains, I suppose, to be said is thank you so much to you for joining us tonight for Coins Live. Another exciting trip into the world of coins. A few distracting and confusing trips down in the tunnel of chat. A number of pleasantly surprising and brief visits from the Goblin and, of course, the Count. Thank you so much, Sam, for your company and expertise tonight. Thank you very much. Special mentions to Josie Russell for an absolutely tremendous coin. This has been Coins Live. We will both be back independently and together at various points over the future. So, thank you very much and good night.